Well, Coach, the seating capacity is 65,000 at Ford Field, and we are right around that number today. A good crowd on hand and seemingly ready to go in the Motor City. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Minnesota Vikings and the Detroit Lions. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. On first down, it's Hubbard. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Looking to throw on second down. Stafford. Got him in. It's Brashad Perriman. The 30. A big play there on the catch and run. 66 yards.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
On second and 9, Stafford forced out to his left. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
They'll try to run this one in. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
Brings up second and goal at the 6-yard line.
Second and goal from the 6 this time. Now Stafford. And it'll be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They were ball hawks last week. They had a trio of interceptions on defense. In the first drive, they pick up right where they left off.
They're creating quite a reputation for themselves, aren't they? And sometimes what happens is when they know that the defense can take the ball away, as they saw the previous week, now you try too hard to not let them take it away, and you force yourself into errors. They've intimidated them in a sense and gotten the ball from them.
Second and 9 now from the 21.
Hey, we're good, we're good. Hey, Ken.
Cousins gives way to Cook. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And they won't get a chance to bring this one back. It goes out of bounds, back near their own 20.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Now, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
From the 25 on second down, Stafford. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. They'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down. The starting drive number 2 off on the right foot. Completion for the first down. Drive 1 is they had to be pretty frustrating because they moved the football. They just didn't get any points out of it.
But warm-up QB, too. Let's bring in the backup. I mean, my goodness, you take them downfield and you don't score points. You know I'm being totally facetious here, right? I'm just kidding. Nice first drive. Rarely do teams score on every single drive in a game. But they like what they did there. They just hope they can pay it off this time with some points.
Now the first down run is going nowhere. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. A loss of 2. A loss of 2 there. Second down.
A loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 35-yard line.
On 2nd and 12, Stafford. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Partner, we had their game last week where they had 6 sacks, so a little bit more momentum here again in the first quarter.
And last week it appeared that they were coming out of sprinters blocks, chasing the quarterback. So how do they continue that? How do they keep making it happen? Different looks, different disguises, different angles that they chase it.
They were so disruptive last week. We'll see what the trend is here as we go forward. Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
On now to kick it away is the punter, Matt Weil. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. This is taken at the 15. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Even though they might not find the number 1 seed next to their name come playoff time, there's not going to be very many teams, if any, entering the playoffs on the kind of run they're on. It's caught inside the 25. Cousins finding Diggs on a big one, 46 yards.
I don't think we'll ever get enough of watching one-handed catches, and when they pay off, they are spectacular. But how about the times they don't pay off and coaches go, 2 hands, 2 hands still works.
I know, but they go for them so often now that I'm almost starting to take them for granted.
Yeah, that's unbelievable, isn't it? Because these are sensational type plays.
Especially that one with a defender right there. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
Hey, right 7.
From the gun, it's a give to Cook. A strong broken tackle on that one. And then they get him to the ground just shy of the 15. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up. The Vikings with the football here to begin the second quarter. And they're driving, but they come up on a 3rd and short here. From the gun, here's Cousins. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. They couldn't contain Deshaun Hand that time as he gets home for the sack. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go, baby. Let's go. At their own 22-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one...
The ball comes out, and the Vikings pick up the football. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free, anything you can do to slow them down.
Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. A quick throw taken in by Diggs. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly. Throwing on 2nd down, Cousins. And this is Cook with the ground. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 12 yards there, 1st down Vikings.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Quarterback, don't get nervous now. We're beginning to turn you up. Don't get nervous. Check 3, check 3.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
To throw on 2nd and 10, Cousins. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook, his 19th touchdown now on the season. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead grows to 10-0. Joseph now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over. The other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
Alert! Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home.
Throwing again. Stafford. Stepping up, he'll try and run. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From the gun, here's Stafford. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Well, for last week's performance, which was so good, he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week. He got a lot of praise, and understandably so, from national media. Looking pretty good on that play, too.
And I love what he told us this week before the game. He talked about how much time they spend working on pass rush moves, every position, because anyone could go after the quarterback in their defense, and you can see how they've all absorbed their lessons.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're starting to put some space here. You know, first quarter, they didn't look so hot offensively. This second quarter, though, they've looked really good.
They've jumped in the saddle in a big way now.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Deshaun Hand, able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
On second down now, it's Cook. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get protected grabbing some cloth.
Cook following the penalty. Give him 9 on the carry there, but they'll be left still with a 3rd and long situation.
Okay, didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
Third and long for Cousins. A deep ball for Dotson. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 37-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right. Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Eight yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. From the 44, Stafford, Danielle Hunter in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation. A shotgun snap for Stafford. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 49. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they're coming off a 3 and out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Now a run with Cook. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. For the Lions, an extra DB in the game now here on 3rd down. Now Cousins. And he's able to find Diggs. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A 3rd down gain of 19. Solid catch there for a man who's been so brilliant this year. And worth pointing out, as we were talking about earlier, there has never in the 60-year history of the award been a pass catcher, tight end, or wide receiver that has taken home the MVP trophy.
And the best receivers I've talked with, they know that stat, and it drives them crazy because they understand that without a quarterback, they don't make the plays that they make. They also don't feel like they get enough credit for bailing out some of the throws that quarterbacks make.
Absolutely. Takes 2 to tango. Looking to throw again on second down. Cousins escaping the pressure right. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Working out of the gun, Cousins. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And incomplete, almost intercepted. Had a great shot at picking that off in the end zone. And now 4th down. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored one, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
That's fielded in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. From the 27, Cousins. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. That'll be complete to Cook. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Looking to throw on second down. Stafford, open man, he's got him, the tight end Hockenson. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and the Vikings pick up the football. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that, and that's what they've done all game long.
Joseph on for the extra point. And that one pushes the lead up to an even 20.
Makes the score Vikings 20, Lions nothing.
And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them. The coaches from all the way up here, they were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
They'll get 17 that time, and the Lions have a first down. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Out of the gun, Stafford. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A well-executed 22-yard gain. From the gun, Stafford. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. They'll run on first down. Hubbard. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Holton Hill, the one there to bring him down.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Stafford. This will be caught just inside the 10. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Stafford on third down. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. Give him a gain of 4, able to convert, and that sets up 1st and goal now.
1st and goal at the 3-yard line.
They come up in an offset eye. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try to run this one in. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. A great effort there. His 11th touchdown of the year. And the Lions are able to draw a bit closer. Prater for the extra point. And that cuts this lead down to 13. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
A deep ball for Dotson. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that, 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Throwing again, Cousins on 2nd and 10. Open here, Adam Thielen. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
To throw, Cousins. And that is incomplete. So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. From the left hash, this from 39. The kick by Joseph is good, and that will swell the lead to 16. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Now a deep ball here, hauled in just past the 50. 1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage moves from their own 25 all the way to the red zone now for 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Stafford. And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. Danielle Hunter able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Here's Stafford. This is caught, and he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Brashad Perriman hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season as they are able to cut into that lead. Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. From the gun, Stafford under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. A very pivotal 2-point try that does not go their way. Now it's a big uphill battle for the rest of the 4th quarter.
The attempt was to try and make it a 1-score game, right? Touchdown, get 2, and now you've tied it up. Instead, they don't get it, still down 10.
Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
Now Cousins. It's complete to Diggs. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. They get 14 there. 1st down, Vikings. Cousins now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Give to Cook out of the gun. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Now, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
First down, here's Cousins. Going deep for Diggs. And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Rashaan Melvin. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. A big play there on the catch and run. 59 yards. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. He's got the first down inside the 10. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. A good pickup there at 22. And that last reception puts him over 150 yards now on the game, Charles.
And now it's not just execution. It's not just performance. It's a mental aspect that's going on. Because right now, he's got the defense so much on their heels. Got them looking at each other. Who's going to cover this guy? And what type of coverage can we put out there to try and slow him down?
2nd and goal from the 6 this time. To throw is Stafford. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Brashad Perriman, but now it's 3rd and goal.
You got to be precise with your throws, especially in this situation. You're inside the 10-yard line going into the end zone. But sometimes the emotion, the excitement, sometimes the decisions just aren't made very well because of that.
59!
Now Stafford on 3rd and goal. Back in the end zone, could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3 and out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Boy, the run on first down, a disaster as he's tackled well behind the line of scrimmage. Boy, that is a 7-yard loss. 2nd down now. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Throwing, Cousins. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Throwing is Cousins. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 38-yard line. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. And it's second down.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got to lead, you've got to protect it, and he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this, fourth quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, that one probably should have been picked, huh?
A second down throw for Cousins. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that'll be caught by Diggs for a Minnesota touchdown. Stephon Diggs. Touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Extra point splits the uprights. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Joseph now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal, field goal, field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
54, right there, 54 Mike.
On fourth down, Stafford. He's got this one complete to Perriman. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Throwing again is Stafford. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Well, your QB's been sacked 4 times in the game already, and they're the holding goal.
And you know darn well the offensive line coach is frustrated and upset that he's been hit that many times already. He doesn't really care that they hold now. Just don't let him get hit anymore.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. He's picked off at his own 47. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
Now a first down throw, Stafford. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Second and 10, Stafford again. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. From the gun, here's Stafford. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off around the 27. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet and make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
And Justin Coleman brings him down. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
50 seconds a month. 50 seconds a month. You must be
Gun.
Hey, watch this.
They run it again with Cook. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 12 yards there, first down Vikings. Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And I know I'm not breaking any news when I say that any road win in this league is a good one.
No doubt.
But it